this insurance agency was paying two full-time employees $85,000 a year to answer the same 12 questions every single day. Now we replaced that entire workload with an AI agent in just 11 days. So in this video, I'll walk you through the entire agent by first opening up with a demo, then explaining how it works on the technical side, and lastly, giving you a breakdown to help you see how you can do this for yourself. So let's get straight into it.
Hello, this is Anna from Riverside Insurance. How can I help you?
Yeah, hi there. I was just reaching out to ask a few questions about a recent claim I filed, and then also check up on my policy.
Sure, I can help with both your claim status and a policy check. To protect your information, can you tell me your full name as it appears on the policy? And what would you like to use as a secondary identifier? Your date of birth, your zip code, or the address on the policy? After I verify that, tell me what you'd like to know about the claim and what you want to review on the policy.
My name is Azim Kodirov, so that's spelled Azim Kodirov, and then my zip code is 53703.
Thanks, Azim. Just to confirm, your zip code is 53703. What's your specific question about the recent claim, and what would you like to check on your policy today? For example, your premium, next payment due date, renewal date, or deductibles.
Yeah, so wind damage absolutely tore down a section of my balcony, so that was pretty unfortunate. I just wanted to check up on the status of the claim.
I've pulled up your claim. The wind damage claim is showing as approved with an approved amount of $12,850.75. If you'd like, I can also check whether there are any claim payment letters or documents available in the portal. Can I help you look up anything on your policy as well, like your next payment due date or your deductible?
Yeah, so my question was just about the premium amount. So what's my monthly premium?
Your policy premium on file is $1,320 for the current term. The exact monthly amount can vary based on whether you're on monthly, quarterly, or paid in full billing. Do you know which payment plan you're on? And would you like me to also tell you the next payment due date we have listed?
Payment due date would be awesome.
Your next payment is due on April 1st, 2026. If you tell me whether you're set up on monthly payments, quarterly billing, or paid in full, I can help translate that annual premium into what you should expect per installment. Can I help with anything else on the policy today? Like your deductible amount or renewal date?
Yeah, my deductible would be helpful.
Your collision deductible is $1,000. Do you also want me to check your comprehensive deductible as well? Or can I help you with anything else today?
No, thank you. I mean, did have a few more questions, just asking for a friend. He had a tree just fall on top of his shed, but we were just wondering what compensation that entails.
Typically, if a tree falls on a shed during a wind or storm event, a homeowner's policy may cover damage to other structures, like a detached shed under the other structure's coverage, subject to the deductible and the specific policy form and cause of loss. The amount paid is usually based on the covered repair or replacement costs, up to the policy limit, and the carrier will confirm coverage after they review the facts and any estimates. I can share general info, but I can't guarantee coverage or compensation without reviewing your friend's actual policy and claim with the carrier. Is your friend asking about a homeowner's policy? And do you know whether the tree fell due to a storm versus being dead or poorly maintained?
Yeah, I mean, I guess he can call back later on by himself if that makes it easier. I had a few other questions.
That's totally fine. And yes, your friend can call in so we can review their specific policy details directly. For your other questions, go ahead and tell me what you'd like to know, and whether it's about your claim, your policy, billing, or documents like ID cards or the declarations page. What's your next question?
Yeah, so back in my portal, I was trying to upload files, but they weren't working, and I don't know why they're not working.
Most portal upload issues come down to file type, file size, or the number of files in one submission. Typically, the portal accepts PDF, JPG, and PNG with a maximum file size of 15 megabytes and up to 10 files per submission. What kind of files are you trying to upload? About how large are they? And do you see any error message on the screen?
I think I was trying to upload too many files at once, but thank you.
Got it. That would do it if it was over 10 files in a single submission, and splitting them into smaller batches usually works. Can I help you with anything else today, like pulling a specific document from your portal or checking anything else on your policy or claim?
No, all good. Thank you. Bye bye. So right now we're going to be breaking down the agent step by step, starting from the results. Now, obviously, I did blur out the details of the company that we worked with. I'm not able to share anything beyond the details, but I can share some general information about the use case. So the result was that it saved around $85,000 per year for this one agency alone. Quick note, if you think your agency can really use some AI systems for productivity and lead generation like our past clients on the screen, feel free to book a one-on-one consultation with me. That's the first link in the description. I only open up 3 spots per video, so chances are, if you're watching right now, there might still be one left. I'm looking forward to chatting. They had 2 full-time employees who were just always on the phone, sitting and answering the same exact questions pretty much every single day. And the phone was actually costing them more in terms of time. So what we did is we installed this one agent, which was able to handle around 70 to 80% of routine calls, and anything more complex, like some sort of escalation, would be handled with a human transfer. One of the people here was still on the phone, but now at least both of these employees are able to do something more productive rather than sit on the phone all day. And this freed up to 40 hours per week. So if we're doing the math here and we have an average of around, let's say 50 work weeks per year, that's going to be 2,000 hours. And at a rate of around $25 per hour at the very least, this is already saving $50,000. And don't forget that there's also after hours coverage and absolutely no missed calls, because whereas before these 2 employees could handle only 2 calls at once, this agent can handle 10 calls simultaneously. And so the staff was now better able to focus on something like advisory, so something more serious. And the cost per interaction obviously went down. So if each interaction is usually 7 to 8 minutes, a human employee will cost roughly $5.20, meaning that in an hour this goes around to $30, if I'm not wrong, whereas a voice agent costs around 10 to 12 cents per minute. And this is a consistent rate, meaning that you can have your very own customer support representative, receptionist, whatever you call it, for just around $6 to $7 per hour. And so if this already seems at least remotely awesome, feel free to book a one-on-one consultation with me and my team using the first link in the description. And now let's move on to Anna, our virtual customer support representative, and the actual agent setup behind it. So the first element is going to be the prompt. And the prompt is essentially the guiding set of instructions that controls the agent. So if I go over to where I actually built and set up this agent, you're going to see that this prompt indeed has role, specifics, context, and other sections. And the significance of these sections is that the role defines who the agent is, so its high-level purpose. The specifics lay out the abilities of the agent in detail, and the context gives some more details about who the business is, just so the voice agent knows what kind of environment it's operating in. We have some more sections down here, which are going to be things like tools. So these are essentially actions that the agent takes to look up information. So in this case, we had a CRM lookup tool. This retrieved our policy details, our claims, all of that good stuff. Then we have an example section, which pretty much lays out how the agent should act exactly. And then also a notes section, which goes hand in hand with the specific section. So these sections, as well as the information or instructions they contain, are going to make up what is called the prompt. Now moving on, we're going to have some other elements here, and that is going to be the knowledge base. So all of the knowledge about the agency doesn't actually go in the prompt itself. It's actually stored as a separate document. So if I go back into here, my agent is going to have its own knowledge base. And so this knowledge base might look a bit messy, but this is actually the exact same content that you saw on this page over here. So this and the prompt are the only sources of truth for the agent, and that's usually incredibly important because you don't want the agent to hallucinate, give any wrong information, or lead people down the wrong path. And as mentioned, we had a tool over here, the CRM lookup, and this was looking up our policy details, billing details, and information about our claims. So when I asked that question about whether my claim was approved or not, it said that it was approved, and it said that the payment issued was indeed $12,850.75. And so one more important detail I want to highlight here is going to be what the agent does and also what the agent does not do. So Anna handles a good portion of billing questions, coverage education, claim status checks, all of those kind of basic details, and I should have thrown in FAQs in here as well, but that was pretty apparent. However, when people are asking for things like policy changes, claims filing, and then coverage advice, this goes into the more compliant and financial advice territory, which the agent obviously can't handle. You need someone licensed to take care of it, meaning that a good 70 to 80% of the calls are in this category over here, the more simple questions and matters to handle, whereas the remaining 20 to 30% are going to be in this section over here. So now that I've given the high-level technical breakdown, we can get into how this is actually done for insurance agencies. Now, usually to build a nice voice agent, you're going to need 3 or 4 platforms. and they're each grouped in by sections over here. The first section is going to be backend workflow operations. This is essentially the part that involves the tools. So searching up a database to get claims info or policy information, that's going to be backend workflow operations. And that's going to involve two of my favorite platforms. The first is going to be NAN. Honestly, very simple, very nice to build with, or Trigger.dev, which is a bit more advanced, but honestly driving very good results. And for the voice agent orchestration layer, or put more simply, the place where we set up the voice agent, we're going to have either something like ElevenLabs or Vappy. And for a long time, Vappy was the best platform to build these agents on. It was reliable, it was effective, but since then, ElevenLabs has honestly become much simpler. It's very easy to set up a human-like agent that can handle knowledge. You give it some simple instructions, and you can already start speaking with it in a matter of a few minutes. And I am partnered with ElevenLabs, but this is my honest opinion. I was partnered with Vappy for a short while as well, but in my opinion, ElevenLabs is just the clear winner here. And for things like databases, storage, and advanced memory for these agents, we're going to have things like Airtable as well as Supabase. Airtable is actually what we were using here, so you can see that the logo matches. An Airtable is kind of like an advanced Google Sheet, except you can customize the database more. It's HIPAA, SOC 2, GDPR compliant, and it's been reliable for quite some time. And moving on is going to be Supabase. This can double down as something for storage as well as advanced memory. So for the storage aspect, it's going to be similar to Airtable, a bit more enterprise level for the advanced memory. So maybe instead of having a simple knowledge base in ElevenLabs, which is reliable, don't get me wrong, you can set up something like Supabase. And that would really be it for the walkthrough. And if your agency is still routing support calls to humans when an AI agent can handle it for you in 8 seconds, just book a call with me. As always, the link is below, and we'll tell you in 20 minutes if voice AI makes sense for your agency, if there's something else we can explore, and so on. And if you haven't yet seen my video about how AIOS model for insurance agencies runs operations and your daily tasks end to end, check out this next video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.